like 680,000 or something like that. But we don't have a current law. Hey, how's it going? Did we go down? Did it crash or anything?
Nope, we're still live streaming here.
Smoothly?
We're microdosing 50,000. I'm hoping it gets to 50,000 during this episode because, as we were saying yesterday, we're trying to levitate the Fed. Just like Abby Hoffman, we're feeling like if we, he was going to use psychedelic powers. We don't even need psychedelic powers because Bitcoin is the psychedelic power in itself, right? So all we need to do is all smash by at the same time on swanbitcoin.com/orange pill. And if we smash by at the same time, that is like a psychedelic power. That is using psychedelic powers against the Fed, against the money printers. And it's been big in the news today. The thing driving to 50,000. Some people on Twitter are arguing that the reason why Bitcoin is heading to 50,000 right now is because Max took off his pants yesterday, or his trousers for you in Britain. Smash like, by the way, while we're saying this, and Max is dancing for you. So what I'm saying is that we can use our powers to turn the Fed orange, to turn the central banks orange, to cause them to vibrate and become orange. And
Ray Dalio is going to be a keynote speaker
Yeah.
at Consensus. He's got the biggest hedge fund in the world. He's going to be buying Bitcoin. It's time to front run Ray. As I told Ray last year, your performance stinks. You were down 18%. You need some alpha. Buy some Bitcoin. Need some alpha. Buy some Bitcoin.
Right. I'm just going to quickly go over some of these headlines today. But I think the biggest one, because we were talking about the hash war before this thing took us off air yesterday. Because look, we're still on air today, right? So
yeah, it's toying with us.
So it must have been the cat. So that's the only explanation. But the big story is because we were trying to start a war, and obviously it worked because today, keeping with this theme of cats running the simulation and the whole Bitcoin meme space. This guy seems almost like a concerned troll. Like he's not actually
Who?
The guy in the Senator Sani Musa in Nigeria. He said these words in the Senate of Nigeria today. Quote, "Cryptocurrency has become a worldwide transaction of which you cannot even identify who owns what. The technology is so strong that I don't see the kind of regulation that we can do. Bitcoin has made our currency
close to the central bank in a country that's not sure what to do with Bitcoin, even though the citizens are running away with the market, that it is going to obviate their local currency, the paper money. All paper money goes to zero, Senator. That's been the story for 300 years. Your people in Nigeria have empowered themselves. Essentially, a country that is in the grip of the oil oligopolists, a country, part of a continent that's had hundreds of years of colonial devastation. The people are saying enough is enough. We want our own currency. We're entrepreneurial. We can compete with China. We can compete with America. Give us the Bitcoin and we'll show you. We'll drive this GDP, this Nigerian nation up 500, 600, 700%. Just leave us alone to build the country using Bitcoin and shut the fuck up. Not only does Bitcoin make the central bank obsolete, it also makes all the politicians obsolete. If the politicians want together and organize a street sweeping or some toilet cleaning or some other municipal activities, fine. But get out of the way in terms of building the country. Leave that to the entrepreneurs in Nigeria who are brilliant, who are now fully
right? Because I haven't even looked at Peter Schiff's thing because I don't look at Peter Schiff anymore, and I certainly don't look at Nora Obini, who is so filled with bile and hate. But this must be driving them crazy because they don't want this uttered, right? So Bitcoin has made our currency almost useless or valueless. And what he's saying is obviously it's not Bitcoin that caused the Naira to be valueless and worthless. But as we have discussed before, well, he says useless and valueless. So what we've discussed before is Bitcoin reveals the chaos, the dark ages, the fiat dark ages that were all around us.
It is the great revelation, which is a biblical overtones. Of course, the revelation in Nigeria that your paper money is valueless. That is a truism. It's also true of every paper money in every country on planet Earth. They are valueless. Now, let's talk about something, because Rubini keeps bringing this up. He says that Bitcoin has no utility. So let's talk about the difference between value and utility. Okay. In the realm of paper money, there is no value. In the realm of Bitcoin, it has absolute value, but it also has no utility. The idea of associating utility with money is incorrect. Why? Because you want the market, through the machinations of price discovery, to be pure without the messiness of having some in the community ascribe utility value to your store of value. This is the problem of gold. Gold, because it has a perceived utility value, price discovery is interrupted or mired in terms of it being purely marketized by those in the economy itself, more so even with silver. You want the money to be valued pure subjective basis. Once you add a utility to your money, someone's going to look at it objectively as having some value as a utility, and therefore price discovery is not pure, and you end up with something less than perfect money. Because Bitcoin has no utility, it is perfect money because the market can subjectively, uninhibitedly ascribe its value vis-a-vis the price discovery mechanism in a free market. And now let's turn to Stacy.
Right. So again, he had pointed out that Bitcoin has made our currency almost useless or valueless. That is what we described in today's Keiser report, where we said that Bitcoin is, helping them out, right? It's opening the world, the globe, to their people for trade, right? Because
Right.
their currency does not work
No.
for who want to live free, who want to trade, as all humans have done for thousands of years. They need Bitcoin in order to trade because the Naira is not accepted as an international trade
It's
unit
not
of
even
account.
Nigerians, as was explained by the CEO of Paxful,
Yes.
who was on Keiser Report.
Ray Youssef.
Ray Youssef. He said, imagine living in the United States and you couldn't send money from New York to New Jersey.
Yeah.
Right? So think about that. The tri-state area, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey. It's got all this stuff going around, trucks, trains, internet, blah, 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 and there's no consideration about, well, you can't send your New York money to New Jersey. It reminds me of when I was in Scotland. I picked up some Scottish 5-pound notes. They're 5-pound notes of the sovereign of Great Britain. And when I got back to London, this taxi driver, I tried to pay for a taxi with a 5-pound note with a picture of the Queen, Queen Elizabeth, on this note. And this taxi driver in London said, I'm not taking that Scottish money, mate. You only give me English money. And I'm like, it's the Queen is on this note, you fucking ponce. You have to take this money. It's by law. You have to take this money. He's like, no, I won't. I'm not taking that money, you cunt. And he got out of his cab and he opened the door and he jumped in the back seat where I was sitting peacefully. So I gave him a kick in the jaw and I said, look, buddy, I'm from New York and you're from frickin' Surrey. Okay, that's not a match that's going to end well for you.